Welcome, my friends. This is our second episode of this sequence called The Art of Jin Shin. In the previous episode, I suggest you a simple practice. I ask you to hold gently each finger of your hand and stay holding for 3 profound and conscious breaths. I didn't tell why. I just ask you to make an experience and feel by yourself the results. But today, I'll give you the answer. But before, I'll share you the basic foundations of this art. My name is Carlos Gutterres. I'm studying, researching, and practicing this art for 33 years. And it changed my life. And that's the reason I'm here enthusiastically designed to share my experience. So, the art of Jin Shin, as I mentioned before, is an ancient art, well known all over the world, thousands of years ago. But because this precious art was transmitted orally only, with time it was getting lost. So we know the art of Jin Shin today because of Jyutsu, this brilliant mind who lived in Japan last century and dedicates his entire life researching, collect information, and organize everything with a perfect structure. So Jyutsu realized that everything was here manifested is made by energy. He believed there was a universal energy present everywhere, and this universal energy encapsulate certain amount of energy, and this generate a individualized expression that is each one of us. Interesting thing is, today, science confirms this theory thanks to the physics, quantum physics. It's well known that the universe is a great field of energy. This field today is called the quantum field, or simply the word the field, the word the field. But in the ancient times, this field of energy were known in the East as Qi in China, Qi in Japan, and ether in India. In our West world, it was called vital energy. And according to quantum physics, this huge universal field in some moments collapsed the energy, and the energy transformed in matter. So we may say a physical expression, a material body is simply the energy that transforms in matter. Albert Einstein confirmed this information through his famous formula. When he told us that energy equal matter accelerate the square of speed of light. So we may say energy is accelerated matter. So consider this is true. We may say matter is when we remove the acceleration or reduce the acceleration of matter. So we may say matter is frozen energy. So everything is energy. The energy may be expressed flowing as energy or frozen as matter. So you can see the proposal, the Art of Jin Shin, consider foundation that everything is made by energy. Today is confirmed by science. So, according to Jerome Wright, this universal energy encapsulates certain amount, and this energy encapsulated begins to organize itself to create a unique expression. And the energy begins to circulate in 6 different dimensions. So the same energy expresses itself in 6 different ways according to the frequency, because it may change the frequency from one dimension to another. And each living being is built this way with 6 different dimensions. In the Art of Jin Shin, those individualized dimensions are called depths. So let me show an illustration that helps us to understand it. You can see here in the right side, the universal energy above individualizing itself and building 6 layers, 6 dimensions or 6 depths. Each dimension represents certain functions, presents certain qualities, and all together will manifest a living being. So from now on, I will call those dimensions depths. This is the word used in the Art of Jin Shin. Okay, more information about the depths. But before, let me talk about this energy, this universal energy. The function of this universal energy is to create life, to maintain health and well-being, to regenerate the body when necessary, to maintain joy and happiness, and to foster a long life. But to make it happen, we need the energy flowing freely and abundantly in a very specific way. The energy we have in our body is flowing down the front of the body and up the back of the body. So this is the circulation of the energy in all the 6 depths. So if the energy is flowing freely and abundantly, we are alive, we are healthy, happy, and with the perspective of a long life. So probably you're asking, okay, if you have this energy flowing, why we are not so healthy or not so happy? The reason is the human being generates tension. And the tension affects the free circulation of this energy. So studying the art of Jin Shin, Jurumurai realized that we can affect this circulation of energy positively, keeping the energy flowing freely and abundantly, or negatively, generate more and more tension that will affect the circulation through one or more of these steps. So each step is in charge of functions. Let me show you the name of the depths here, because from now on we will understand the depths according to their names. So the first depth is the most external layer. We call surface skin or skin surface, and is the frontier between the human being and the world outside. The second depth is a dimension that is deeper, is called deep skin, and is in charge to integrate everything in this unique expression of life. The third depth is called blood, but not representing only this red fluid we have flowing in our veins. Is much more than this. Is the representation of nutrition, because this is the job of the blood. The blood carry the oxygen to nurture all the cells and carry the nutrients digested by the stomach and absorbed by the large and small and large intestine to nurture each cell we have in our body. So this is the function of the third depth, to nurture the body. The fourth depth is called muscle, and the function of fourth depth is allow us to move. Fifth depth, bone, represents the structure. And finally, the sixth depth is made by pure energy and is the blueprint that contains the project manifested through the five depths, the five previous depths. Okay, so the $1 million question: why this energy can be affected? Well, every living being has this energy flowing, and every living being has enough energy. So we don't need more energy. We need to keep this energy flowing in the correct way. But the circulation can be affected by our emotions out of balance. If we live our lives keeping one or more emotions, disharmonized emotions in our lifestyle, it will generate some tension that will affect the circulation of energy, and it will not allow the energy to keep flowing freely. Sometimes the energy stagnates, sometimes the energy reverses, or sometimes the flow becomes weak. And we have 5 emotions out of balance that in the art of Jin Shin we call attitudes, responsible to affect the circulation in each one of the 5 manifest depths. So let me introduce you these emotions out of balance. The dimension, the external dimension, the first depth, surface skin, is affected by worry. So when you live our lives in worry constantly, little by little, it will affect the circulation of the energy through the first step. Sadness will affect and disharmonize our second depth, we call deep skin. Anger will disharmonize the third depth, blood. Fear is responsible for the disharmony of our fourth depth, the muscles. And the fifth depth is affected by too much effort, by keep trying to constantly. So we call it the tension, the attitude that affects fifth depth, pretense. So if we integrate one of those attitudes in our lifestyle, in time, it will be the cause that will disharmonize the circulation of energy in one of our depths. Well, the energy we need to stay alive, happy and healthy is already in our body. If the energy is not flowing freely, this is the reason our health is affected. And John Murray discovered that if the energy is not flowing freely, we can restore the circulation. We can dissolve the tension generated by the attitude and allow the energy restore its own circulation. So, in the moment the energy is flowing freely again, the effect that we feel in our body, like discomfort, like disease, will be dissolved too. So, the energy is flowing down the front, up the back, in thousands of paths. But they are dividing 5 manifested depths. All those thousands of circulations are divided in 5 manifest depths. And when the energy circulates through our arms, all those thousands of circulations get together to flow through our fingers. And they are organized by the frequency of each depth. So the energy of first depth surface skin is flowing through our thumbs. The energy of our fourth depth muscle is flowing through our index finger. The energy of our third depth blood is flowing through our middle finger. The energy of our second depth deep skin is flowing through our ring finger. The energy of our fifth depth bone is flowing through our little finger. And the energy of the pure dimension, the sixth depth that is now manifest, is present in the center of the palm of our hands. So in the moment we hold gently each one of our fingers, we are helping to dissolve the tension generated for a specific attitude, restoring the harmonious circulation. So I have a illustration here that will help to understand and to use this information in a very practical way. So the first step is present here in yellow, is the thumb. Second step in white, ring finger. third dab in green, middle finger, fourth dab blue, index finger, fifth dab red, little finger, and sixth dab in the center of the palm. So if we hold a finger gently for a few minutes, little by little, you feel something changing. You feel the tension disappear. And the most important thing, the cause of tension, the emotion, begins to be melted. So if I realize I'm worried, I can hold my thumb for a while. I can use my breath to give rhythm. Imagine that when I'm exhaling, I'm releasing the tension. I'm dissolving the attitude. And when I'm inhaling, I'm receiving a brand new energy that will regenerate, that will restore harmony. When I hold my index finger, I'm getting rid of fear. We are melting the fear and we are releasing the tension that affects my muscles. Holding the middle finger, I'm releasing the tension that affects the blood. And I will feel the anger disappear. Holding the ring finger, I'm helping the second step, I'm helping to dissolve the tension caused by sadness. And then getting rid of sadness. The little finger will help my structure, my bones. So we're releasing the tension affect the bones. We are releasing the attitude of pretense trying to restore balance on this dimension. And when I realize I'm not learning the lessons life is teaching me, so I have a kind of lack of consciousness, I just can't touch the center of the palm this way or this way. And this is a gesture well known all over the world for thousands of years. So this will release the tension that affect our learning, affect our focus, our attention, restoring peace and balance in our entire body. So, as I promised, now I explain why I propose this exercise in the first episode. And now that you know why, my suggestion until our next episode is make experience. Pay attention in yourselves. Identify if you are living worry, fear, anger, sadness, pretense, or lack of focus and attention. And stay for a few minutes holding the specific finger or touching the center of the palm. Make an experience to do this exercise early in the morning when you wake up and at the end of the day when you go to bed. And you realize that something will change positively in your life. If you like this information, don't forget to give a like and share this information to your friends. With your like, it will affect the algorithm of YouTube and it will spread for more people. And this information is very basic. And this is my purpose, to share with you the art of Jin Shin, baby steps, little by little, from the beginning. So you can share this with people who never heard about the art of Jin Shin. And for those who already know, I promise you always will listen something presented in a different way that will help you to go deeper in the understanding of the art. So thank you so much, my friends, for being with me until here. And I will wait you on the third episode, where I will share more information about this beautiful art. Thanks so much. Take care and bye bye.